Camper along with Zena the Glamper Camper. We just want to start out with prayer.
Dear God, thank you so much for providing for us the way that you have done. Thank you for allowing us the ability to go buy these ingredients and make this meal. Amen.
Okie dokie, you guys. It is Mr. Cameraman's birthday tomorrow. He is a Halloween baby. And today, I don't want to give away too much, but there's going to be a part 2 to this video, probably tomorrow. But I can't really say tons about it. But right now, we are going to start the process of making some cake pop bars. So, I feel like being a little bit crazy, you guys. I mean, I think I might have gone off the deep end. We have a 15.25 ounce box of Duncan Hines Pineapple Supreme, and then the same of their carrot cake. So we are just going to empty these into these bowls. And I would like to apologize. Me and Zena's channel have, I talk like people are watching. Me and Zena have kind of been just having a hectic time with our channel lately. We've been filming a lot of shorts, but not editing them. I just got a new job, so I've been really trying to focus on that. And I've got a ton of long-form videos filmed. I just have to edit them. We have about a bajillion long-form videos scheduled, but for some reason, my scheduling got all mixed up. That pineapple cake mix smells like heaven. Somehow my schedule got all messed up, so I've been having videos posting at the same time. So if you would please forgive us. Like I said, we've just been having a lot going on lately. Thank you so much for watching. Right now, me and Zena are going to make some cake pop bars. So if you've ever had carrot cake, like homemade, a lot of homemade carrot cake recipes have pineapple in them. So what we did was got a pineapple cake mix. Good job, Luke. Throw them across the room. Pineapple cake mix and a carrot cake mix. And long story short, we are going to turn those into cake balls. So the first ingredient, and it's interesting, it's the same cake mix, just a different flavor, but they need separate ingredients. So for the pineapple one, it needs 1 cup of water. And generally, I would get like some funky ingredients to substitute the water. But I just don't know if I have anything that would really like vibe with carrot cake. I have cranberry juice, which would probably be really good actually. So let's do that in the pineapple one. That's like fruity. And then that's also kind of like folly too. So I just really like to come into the kitchen and be crazy. You guys should try it sometime. It's actually pretty fun. So, and I'm just going to do this in the pineapple one, not in the actual carrot cake mix. So, we just did 1 cup of cranberry juice. Now we need 3 large eggs. Okay, and another question. How do you guys feel about getting your comments deleted? Okay, so one time, some people comment some like absolutely horrendous things on me and Zena's videos. And you know, one time I got really, really upset about it and like removed the comment, reported it or whatever. And immediately I felt like terrible about it, thinking that I had like stifled someone's freedom of speech. So after I've thought about it, I leave every single comment up and I respond to every single comment. But I was just watching a video of one of my favorite YouTubers and they were promoting Homoglow, which is a totally, from my experience, terrible, like horrendous experience. So I commented And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love your videos, but Homoglow would not try it out. But I love your videos. You're one of my favorite YouTubers. And they deleted my comment. And it's like, oh, I don't know. Maybe I was being childish. Maybe I am a child. But it just like really freaking annoyed me. Like it really, 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 really annoyed me. I want to make it like nutty. So I'm going to do pistachio oil instead. Actually, I don't even buy a veggie oil. Not for any particular reason, I guess. I just really like the taste of like walnut oil, olive oil, pistachio oil. So it says we need half of a cup. Oh no! This is not normal pistachio oil. I lied. I made this a super long time ago for Mr. Cameraman's grandma. It's probably bad, actually. I totally forgot we even had it. This is like a dipping oil. It's like a orange pistachio oil thing. I have almond oil, but it's neutral flavor. So I don't want to... The whole point of something else. Let's use my walnut oil. At first I thought it was empty, but I've got enough in there. Oh my gosh, that smells good. So, oh, it looks like we might not have enough. Or it's going to be perfect. Woo! So that was half of a cup. And actually, if you guys have ever gotten these cake mixes before, at the bottom they actually have like a whole bunch of different substitutes. Things that it says, oh, you should try this. And I don't even know how long. Preheat the oven to 350. Bake 350. Okay, so I've got that whole shebang dang. Now for the carrot cake, you need 3/4 of a cup of water, only 1/3 of a cup of oil, and 3 eggs. So for this one, I think I'll have enough roasted pumpkin seed oil. I know I'm a weirdo, you guys. I'm just totally making this up as I go. But, so we are going to do 1/3 of a cup of roasted pumpkin seed oil. We'll even see if I have 1/3 of a cup. I know it looks gross, but holy cow, this stuff tastes like heaven on earth. And if you guys ever, totally not sponsored, if you guys ever want like fancy, really artisan oils, this La Torinelle, or however you say that, they have some fire products. This is like, I don't know, maybe you just wouldn't be able to see the olive oil, but to me it feels a lot like thicker than an olive oil. Okay, so that was the 1/3 of a cup of oil. Now, I don't think, like I said, I don't want to put cranberry directly in the carrot cake. I think that I don't want it to taste like primarily cranberry. So 3/4 of a cup. I don't think I have anything raspberry. That could be good. That would be really good. Now we're getting really crazy, guys. I've got, it's gonna be a crazy carrot cake. It's got so many flavors going on, you won't even know what you're eating. So 3/4 of a cup of raspberry puree. And now we will do, I should have done all the eggs at once so that I didn't have to wash my hands. Another question, just because we're going to talk for a very long time during this live. When you guys crack eggs, there's 3 things. Do you put the shells back in the carton and put them back in the fridge until the whole carton is used? Do you throw them into the trash can like immediately, or do you put them in the garbage disposal? I have a friend's mom. She puts them in the garbage disposal, And what I have found is when you're cracking eggs, you're getting like egg everywhere. So it's all over my hands. Why do I want to like touch the trash can handle to get it in the trash can? So I just put the shells back into the thing and put it back in the fridge. And they don't, it's not like they smell or anything because they're still staying refrigerated. So I think it's a lot messier than trying to throw them away like while you're actively cooking. And like I said, it doesn't smell or anything. So just to recap, we're making some crazy carrot cake bars. We've got a pineapple cake mix and a carrot cake mix. And we just added the ingredients. Instead of the water and the pineapple, we used cranberry juice. And we did roasted walnut oil. And then in the carrot cake, instead of water, we did raspberry puree. And we did toasted pumpkin seed oil. So there is going to be, let's see if I can mix both at the same time. There's going to be some fruity, normally when I make homemade carrot cake, it has like a bajillion different fruits in it. Like I go to Winco and get like almost every single dried fruit they have. So that's why when I saw, I've never even heard of a pineapple cake mix. So that's when I saw it, I'm like, ooh, that might be really, really good in this. So this is, I've never mixed a cake mix with just like a, I don't know what I was thinking. I should have got out the KitchenAid. But I didn't want to wash it in between mixes. I'm going to be really interested if you can even pull out the cranberry flavor at all, like individual, or if it's just going to become one. Holy crap, that is good. That might be one of the best tasting batters I have, and it's from a box, okay, you guys, if you just tuned in. It's a Duncan Hines Perfectly Moist Pineapple Supreme Cake Mix, 1 cup of 100% pure cranberry juice, and half of a cup of roasted walnut oil and 3 eggs. And you don't really taste the cranberry. Like, you can't tell it's cranberry. It's just like a fruity, tropical situation. So now we are going to get our carrot cake mixed up. Clearly, you guys can tell that I gave up on mixing them both at the same time. But if you guys like these kind of like just chaotic lives, let me know. I know that a couple of you guys, shout out to Brian, shout out to Oren. I hope I'm saying that second one right. But I've had a couple lives where I just like talk to you guys the entire time, which is really, really fun. So if you guys like those, or if you want more of those, definitely let me know. This is a lot easier of a situation to produce and edit because there's no editing than like a traditional either YouTube short or YouTube long form. Like I said, right now, life has been a little bit hectic. So this is an easier format. Let's taste this. So this is 3/4 of a cup of raspberry puree, 1/4 of a cup of toasted pumpkin seed oil, and 1 Duncan Hines carrot cake mix. Oh my gosh. Woo! Again, I don't even know what was going through my mind when I added the cranberry juice and the raspberry puree. I'm like, ooh, let's do it. I'm like really mentally all over the place today. But again, you like can't pull out the cranberry and you can't pull out the raspberry. So that's what I really, 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 really freaking love about carrot cake. And carrot cake is Mr. Cameraman's favorite cake. Is you literally put like a bajillion different flavors into it. Like and you can take it any direction. You can do like a whole bunch of kinds of dried fruit. You can do a whole bunch of nuts. You can do both. You can do like applesauce. You can do like fresh fruits. You can do a whole bunch of different shebang dangs, and it's always gonna. I've never had a bad carrot cake. I've never made a bad carrot cake. I've never seen someone make a bad carrot cake. I mean, as long as you're getting like that fruity, tooty, nutty, like that's what carrot cake needs in my eyes, and you can get there in about a million different ways. So, just I guess the point of that is do whatever you want, and 99% of the time it's going to taste good. And these are going to be mixed together, but that is so good. So good. And then just to make sure it is officially carrot, I have some carrot flakes here that clearly I'm never going to use. I bought them last Valentine's Day, and I've made ramen noodles with them once, but other than that, I haven't done anything. So, we're doing 1 cup of carrot flakes for each one. Like I said, any kind of carrot cake, you just want like any combination of like nutty, fruity flavors. But I do like it when you can't like it's just like all the fruit. You can't like pull out the carrot flavor. At least I can't, and my family can't. But it just like carrot gives it like that really earthiness. Carrot cake is like banana bread, pumpkin bread, zucchini bread. They're just like earthy. So I want to make sure that even with that fruity, delicious raspberry, cranberry, pineapple situation we got going, that you still get this. And like I said, normally I would do a lot of dried fruit in this, but I think that the cake mix route was a little bit of a cheaper situation. But since I'm turning these into cake ball bars, I don't know. I just feel like the fruit might become a weird texture. I was even thinking about, I did get coconut to go on top, but I was thinking about, what am I trying to say here? I have, dried mulberries in the freezer, and I've made carrot cake with mulberries before. Mr. Cameraman really liked it. So, I was thinking about doing that, but I just feel like when you mush it up, I'm just scared that would make a really weird texture. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the texture is already going to be a little bit funky. It's salted caramel mixed with frosting instead of just all frosting. So, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to. I think I've got enough fruity action. I do have some freeze-dried raspberries and strawberries I also thought about adding, but I don't know. I really feel like I've got enough. I want this to be on kind of like the more basic side. I know. I already added cranberry juice and raspberry puree. But I mean, right now, it's unapologetically, I mean, you get the fruity notes, but it's still like just basic carrot cake. I don't know if I want to take it, especially because I'm adding chocolate on top and cinnamon and caramel. I'm just scared, especially with the caramel, I'm scared that it'll, I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to be sweet enough. Do you guys? Maybe I'm totally wrong. Let's get these onto baking trays. And I want them to bake fast. And I mean, they're not like gonna stay as a cake. So I'm just going to dump them out onto these cake pans. I don't know. Maybe I'll decide to add the freeze-dried fruit later, and I would probably grind it up. I would not want to just add the freeze-dried fruit like whole, because it would probably taste good, but I don't know. I just have a feeling that that texture would be a little bit strange if you baked a whole freeze-dried fruit into cake and then you mushed it up into a cake ball. I don't know. I just feel like that would be very strange. Which, I eat strange food. Right now I'm pouring a pineapple cake mix mixed with cranberry juice onto a cookie sheet. I'm a freaking weirdo. But, thank you God. Our life verse is, go and eat your fruit of gladness and drink your wine with a joyful heart, for God has already approved what you do. Ecclesiastes 9:7. That is what me and Zena do every single day. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am such an idiot. I literally have pineapple juice in cans that I could have added to this. But I like the cranberry and the raspberry. Okay, so let's see. You guys, this one is so good. Heaven. How long are you supposed to bake these for? 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So as you can see, they're not spread out. I probably could have used a smaller cookie sheet, but like I said, I'm just gonna scrape these up and crunch them up into cake balls anyways. So, hey Google, set a timer for 15 minutes.
Sure, 15 minutes. And that's starting now.
Okie dokie. So, as you just heard, we started the timer. Let me put away a couple of these ingredients. And those both have like a teaspoon left in them. Let's get a drinky drink. And let's put these away. Or I'm gonna melt them to put them on top anyways, so it doesn't really matter if they melt. So now what we need to do is mix these together. Now the reason I wanted to do this is I actually filmed a video on how to make smoked salted caramel cream cheese pumpkin pancakes. Sadly, tomorrow is Halloween, Mr. Cameraman's birthday, and it's not uploaded. So it'll probably be uploaded next year. But I mixed this salted caramel, not sponsored, the best salted caramel on earth, this Miss Richardson's. Holy guacamole. Guys, I could eat this whole thing with a spoon right now. So good. But I mixed this with cream cheese frosting, which, did you guys know that these cream cheese, at least the one I bought, I can't remember what brand it is, they don't have real cream cheese in them. They just have like all the other frosting ingredients, and then the cream cheese is the flavor. It's like, what? So, I actually personally love the Cinnamon Toast Crunch line, not sponsored again, baking line. They have like cookies, cake mix, frosting. You guys, the frosting is fire. So, and cinnamon is a typical spice that I could see myself adding to just a basic carrot cake. So, love it when you take a bowl out of the cupboard that you washed and it's dirty. Holy cow, 2 of them? You guys, I must think I'm like a slob or something. So, let's tilt you down a little bit. And now, first of all, just to make sure that my brain is not trying to play a trick on me, I am going to do a little spoony spoon and see if together these taste good. I mean, sometimes I just make up all the flavor combinations I do. Most of the time they taste good, but You guys. Miss Richardson's, you need to get together with Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Make like a cinnamon salted caramel. That is what my soul needs. And God, of course. But cinnamon salted caramel would be a nice perk. So, and these are both around the same size. So I've made cake balls a couple times. They're Mr. Cameraman's one of his favorite desserts. But they are so tedious and messy. So a long time ago, what I started doing is I called them cheesecake brownie bars because it's kind of like a mix of both. But it's basically like a cake ball texture in a bar instead. So I decided that a cake ball bar is already something that he likes. The only difference is my other recipes that would have a cake ball like texture were like physically baked already, like into that texture. This, what I'm attempting to do here is mix a whole bunch of stuff together and then put it in the fridge, and I'm hoping that it turns out as that kind of chewy, really thick texture. And this caramel, if you leave it in the fridge, gets like super crazy thick. Actually, I think this is the first time I've ever bought this stuff and used it. Like, I always just automatically put it in the fridge. I don't know why. This is the first time I've ever done it before it's been refrigerated. And this texture is like perfectly creamy. And not thin, but like pourable. But once you put this stuff in the fridge, it gets hard. I want to make sure I get all of it. This stuff is kind of expensive. I don't know, actually. I mean, I think it's $5 for this jar, $4.99 or $4.50. Let me know if you guys think that is crazy for a salted caramel, or if you guys think that's like pretty basic. It's actually cheaper than I'm not saying like the squeeze bottle stuff is bad, but it's actually cheaper for this jar of this stuff than some of the like really well-known brands of the squeezy bottle, like ice cream type caramel. And I just think that this stuff is on a different level than the squeezy bottle stuff. Okay, now we are just going to fold those two together. You guys, this looks so good. Oh my goodness. And normally, for instance, I would make some like crazy cheesecake, but with the price of ingredients, I mean, my man is worth everything in the world. But this ordeal was a lot more cost effective for the wallet than making like some crazy multi-level cake ball suspended cheesecake situation. That was my favorite cheesecake ever. It was for a Thanksgiving a long time ago. I made like a red velvet cake layer, and then it had no bake cheesecake with red velvet and Oreo cake balls like suspended. Oh my gosh, it was so good. But so if you just tuned in, me and Zena are making crazy carrot cake cake pop bars. So we did a pineapple cake mix. Instead of water, we used cranberry juice, eggs, and instead of veggie oil, we did roasted walnut oil. Then we did a carrot cake mix. Instead of water, we did raspberry puree, and instead of veggie oil, we did toasted pumpkin seed oil. They're both in the oven right now. And then the mixture, the liquid, the frosting that's going to turn this into like a cake ball consistency is not sponsored, but the literally best brand of caramel sauce on earth, the sea salt caramel Mrs. Richardson's. It's a 16.6 ounce jar. And then we got 16 ounces of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch frosting. So, throw those both in there. And then I can't decide if I want the coconut. And this is going to be like super crazy, like intense, sweet. So, that's the other reason I think the cranberry juice kind of goes so well, is because it's not super sweet. And that's why I opted for unsweetened coconut instead of the sweetened variety. Let's get a drink. I'm talking too much. Give this a stir just because it's so satisfying. And all you slime companies, you need to make a DIY. Make the Cinnamon Toast Crunch frosting as a slime. And that one, I've never actually played with slime, but I feel like that needs to be like a cloud clay type. And then the salted caramel, do it like a really thick water slime. And then somehow they come together, which I don't know. I'm not a slime scientist. I don't know if that would work, but that was so good. So good. I'm really hoping. I actually meant to get a brick of cream cheese to put in here also. And that again would tone down the sweetness. But I did forget. So I'm just hoping that caramel, I mean it gets hard, but I'm just hoping that it's hard enough to really make this like a cake ball consistency. See, I have more of this Mrs. Richardson's, but this is just the regular caramel. The salted caramel is a million times better than the regular caramel. And right now, I don't know. Hey Google, does sweetened condensed milk get hard in the fridge?
On the website cooking.stackexchange.com, they say, condensed milk may not get hard in the fridge by itself, but it does firm up considerably.
Because I thought I have a bunch of that, I could add that. But I don't know. I think one tub of frosting with that caramel. Hey Google, does caramel sauce get hard in the fridge?
On the website handletheheat.com, they say, as it cools, it will thicken. You will need to store the caramel sauce in the refrigerator, so it will harden even more once chilled. Just bring it back to room temperature and microwave before drizzling or dipping.
See, like this
People
one.
also ask me,
I'm
how do you keep
not gonna be
caramel
able to get it
sauce
off.
from hardening? Want to hear the answer?
Hey Google, no. Hey Google, how much time is left on the timer?
You've got 4 minutes and 3 seconds remaining.
Ooh, those look so. Holy cow, they've like puffed up. They are ginormous. The pineapple one almost tasted like carbonated. Okay, well, I can't get it off. But, I mean, you can tell just how thick it is from being in the fridge. Like, so far I'm holding it upside down. None of it, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but none of it has, like, come down to the lid. So these are going to be, like, a really dense, chewy, hopefully really thick cake pop consistency. From everything that I looked on online, like just if you do like a super quick Google search of cake pops homemade with cake mix, pretty much everybody just does one cake mix box, one tub of frosting. So the reason I wanted to do the caramel sauce is because it was the same size as the frosting, and I mean, come on, salted caramel mixed with Cinnamon Toast Crunch frosting. I mean, who would not think that's going to be delicious? And I just can't decide if I'm going to put the... I don't think I'm going to put the freeze-dried fruit in there. I don't know. I don't know. I think these have 4 minutes left. Hey, Google, should you let cake come to room temperature before crumbling it to make cake balls?
On the website preppykitchen.com, they say, let the cake cool completely before you begin to crumble it. If the cake is too warm, it'll keep the frosting that binds warm, making it difficult for the cake pops to stay together. If you have the time, make
I
the
think
cake
this
a
is
day
that
ahead of
Junk
time,
Nail Guy's
so it has
website.
sufficient time to
I don't know
cool.
though. He's pretty cool. I used to be obsessed with his videos. I actually haven't watched him in quite a while, just because, I mean, Preppy Kitchen, I'm not a Preppy Kitchen. I'm like a messy, throw everything everywhere, do whatever I want, break the rules, use pre-items, pre-made food, pre-mixed ingredients. And I've got a little bit left of these delicious. I can't believe that I'm 24 years old and I've never had or seen a pineapple cake mix. Have you guys? And I still can't get over it. That pineapple one tastes carbonated. I don't get it. Hey Google, why does my cake mix taste carbonated?
On the website Quora.com, they say, if the cake was not heated enough, the leftover sodium bicarbonate will give that you-cheat soda taste.
Sodium bicarbonate, is that baking soda? Oh yeah, sodium bicarbonate is an ingredient. So, that is why it tastes, I mean, it seriously, it tastes like, have you ever had piña, the Mexican pop in the glass bottle? That's what this, I'm getting piña vibes. Again, you like cannot pull out the cranberry, which I think is really, really, I mean, I knew you wouldn't be able to like tell it was cranberry, but I thought that me knowing cranberry went into it, I thought that I'd be able to tell, and you really cannot. Hey Google, stop the timer. So if you're just now joining us, oh, the carrot cake is jiggly. That is not done. And let's try this one. Jiggly 2. So we'll switch levels. Hey Google, set a timer for 5 minutes.
Alright, 5 minutes. And that's starting now.
Which, that could be because they both have more sugar in them. The juices or the purees. The carrot cake one has this. So it's only 14% juice. The rest is like other ingredients, I guess. So water, high fructose corn syrup, raspberry puree, sugar, citric acid, malolactic, blah, 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 and a whole bunch of other stuff. So this might make it bake a little bit differently. Which, obviously, I don't know how long they'll take to bake, but I knew that they could have some different baking times since I did make it up. Oh my gosh. You guys need to tell me if I should add. I have the freeze-dried raspberries. And then I have the freeze-dried strawberries. The raspberries are like not sweet. They are like Sour Patch Kids. Intense. So, I think maybe after I mix everything together and I taste it and it's still like kind of really, really, really overpoweringly sweet, maybe then I'll add some freeze-dried raspberries because like I said, they are sour. The strawberries, on the other hand, I haven't opened this can yet. They are sweet. They taste like an in-season strawberry. Or at least the last can I had did, so. And the other thing about the textures I'm thinking about, because I thought about the unsweetened coconut is going on top of the bars, on top of the chocolate. And coconut in the fridge, I mean, the texture does not change much there. But if I put like a freeze-dried fruit on top, and then it soaks up a little bit of that liquid, and then goes in the fridge, I think it might become kind of funky. But in my those cheesecake brownie things I was talking about, those have freeze-dried fruit in them, but the freeze-dried fruit is ground up and then mixed into the batter. But those are my only two freeze-dried fruits I would add. Because like I said, the frozen fruit I have, I would have had to have added it earlier and I didn't. Hey Google, will you die if you eat expired cranberry juice?
On the website Quora.com, they say, the juice will likely stay safe to drink, but the quality will degrade gradually.
Just realized my cranberry juice is expired. Hey Google, how much time is left on the timer?
There's 1 minute and 16 seconds left.
They are looking less jiggly. I was surprised. It's been a really long time since I've made a cake mix. I was really surprised that each one called for 3 entire eggs. So like the pineapple one, you add 3 eggs plus 1.5 cups of liquid. So that's kind of surprising to me. Zena, what are you doing? Are you a tweepy tweep? You were supposed to be doing a YouTube live. You cannot be a tweepy tweep. You cannot be a tweepy tweep. Well, I thought maybe I would want to just let the cakes cool overnight and then finish this as a part 2 in the morning. But I am going to do another live tomorrow morning. Hey Google, stop the timer of cooking breakfast. But that one's not jiggly. And the carrot cake one is still super jiggly. Hey Google, set a timer for 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes. Starting now.
Let's see if a toothpick comes out clean. By the way, you guys, this is a Duncan Hines perfectly moist pineapple cake mix. Instead of water, do a cup of cranberry juice. And instead of veggie oil, do roasted walnut oil and then add carrot cake flakes or carrot flakes. It tastes carbonated, but it tastes delicious. Okay, this one, I'm stabbing it all over the place. And the toothpick is coming out clean. Thank you for the like. Me and Zena really, really appreciate that. So, I knew that the baking times might be a little bit funky just because I added some weird ingredients. I am getting a little bit concerned that doing raspberry puree instead of water in the carrot cake, I'm just a little bit concerned that it increased the sugar too much. Hey Google, what happens if there's too much sugar in cake mix?
On the website bakeclub.com.au, they say, however, if too much sugar is added, then not only do they rise to the extreme, but the structure takes so long to set that they then collapse dramatically towards the end of baking.
Okay, so it takes longer to bake, but it's going to collapse. So who cares? I'm going to crush it up into cake balls. Bars. Cake ball bars. So, we have the salted caramel Cinnamon Toast Crunch stuff in the refrigerator. Okay. So then, actually, to make this cool faster, I am gonna scrape it off this pan onto something that's not hot. I feel like that might be a good idea. So after this is done, the carrot cake mix, I am going to mush this all together with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch shebang dang in the fridge. And then I couldn't decide, you guys. I was going way bipolar in the store. Me and Xena couldn't decide on dark chocolate or white chocolate or milk chocolate. So what we got was like crazy dark, 72% dark chocolate and white chocolate. So I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do like a drizzly drizzle of each one or if I'm going to mix them together. I don't know. What would happen if you did that? The world will never know, I guess. But it might know. I haven't decided yet. But so, again, I just moved this delicious. I can't even believe how good it is. And it still tastes like pop. It tastes carbonated. Have you had the red pepper? Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for talking to me, Mr. Pibb Extra. Have you had the red pepper from Fargo, North Dakota? No, I have not. But I will need to try it. This, you guys, is crazy. So this is the pineapple Duncan Hines cake mix. And instead of water, do cranberry juice. And instead of veggie oil, do roasted walnut oil. And then add 1 cup of carrot flakes, because this is ultimately going to be a carrot cake inspired dessert. And it is so good. I am like amazed by how good that tastes. And it tastes, again, I don't know why. According to Google, it's sodium bicarbonate. It tastes like soda pop. Very interesting. Bro, you were in my lake. I grew up on Lake. That was a long time ago, man. Sorry, I don't want to assume anything. But that was a long time ago. When was I at Lake Sally? That was like multiple months ago. It is a small world, though. Thank you very much for checking out me and Xena's channel. We appreciate it. Hey, Google, how much time is left on the timer?
There's 24 seconds left.
Okay, I'm really hoping if the carrot cake still isn't done, I'm kind of worried I added too much sugar. Which, this baked is a lot less sweet than I thought it would be. And you're getting, I added the cup of carrot flakes, and you get that earthiness, but it doesn't like taste like carrot. You get what I'm saying? Have you had, no! Hey Google, stop the timer. Dude, I was so upset. We literally ordered pizza from everywhere. I don't know if you've watched our videos, but we ordered pizza from everywhere in Detroit Lakes. I wanted to go to Zorbaz. Nobody else wanted to go there. I looked at their menu. I'm like, this is literally fire. Like a whole bunch of weird combinations. I mean, it just looked really good, and nobody wanted to go. But I did sign up, so I am like a Zorbaz member person, but I've never been there. Okay, so the carrot cake is a Duncan Hines mix. Instead of water, it's raspberry puree. Instead of oil, it's toasted pumpkin seed oil. And it still looks a little wet. Oh, but the toothpick is clean. Okay. I'd say that is a success, guys. I am very, very excited. So, I'm going to turn off the oven. I don't want to scrape this on top of the pineapple one. The other question I have is, or the thing I can't decide on, is if I want to mix everything together, or if I want to do 2 mixtures and then kind of like squish them and swirl them together in the pan. So really right now, both are carrot cake, because I added carrot flakes to both of them. That one is a pineapple cranberry carrot cake. This one is a raspberry carrot cake. So, excuse me. What I could do is split up the frosting mixture between both of them and then just like smush them all together just so your bite is like a little bit different each time, not like totally the same. I think that that could be fun. Let's use the... Oh my... Dude! Who are you? Oh my gosh. Taco John's? I feel like you watched a couple of my videos and you know exactly what to say. I am in love with Taco John's. Holy guacamole. That is me and Mr. Cameraman's all-time favorite fast food restaurant. I mean, he does not like fast food restaurants, but if we had a Taco John's in Arizona, me and him would both be probably like 500 pounds because we would eat there every single morning. And no, I can't really remember all the different places we got pizza, but we didn't get that Deeks thing either. Have you had? No. Bro, I'm 29. I grew up on them. They have the best Olays. Dude, legit. And so many other brands try to like dupe them. Like in Iowa, we had like Tico Tots. Oh my God. Taco Tico, Taco Time. All sorts of like not nearly as good places. And they always had like a tater tot. And it just, nothing compares to a potato Olay. That's really good. Now that it's baked, you don't taste the raspberry at all. Like, the raspberry is totally gone. And that's what I mean by you can go so many different directions with carrot cake. You can do so many different kinds of fruit. You can do nuts, fruits, spices. You can make like a spicy carrot cake. And as long as you have kind of that like subtliness. The interesting thing is the carrots in this one, even though it baked longer, are like still hard. But I don't want to bake it any longer, it will burn. I think it'll be good. I think there might also be like some nuts or something in it. I don't know. Is there anything in this one? Sugar, flour, carrots, salt, caramel. I think their carrots are hard, not my carrots, because my carrots were in the pineapple one and they tasted good too. Taco Bell tried suing them over Taco Tuesday. No, I haven't. Bro, have you ever been to Idaho? Oh my, no, it's not Idaho. What state is it? I think it's Idaho. They only have one Taco John's in the entire state, and we went there, and it's out of Love's. I think it is in Idaho. Hey Google, is there one Taco John's in Idaho?
Taco John's is on 1643 Washington Street N in Twin Falls.
No.
It's 630 miles away and is rated 4 stars.
No, I would remember the city, but I think it's a different state then. But they only have one Taco John's and a Love's, and oh, Taco John's is so good. Spokane, is that Washington? Or is that in South Dakota? Well, in my honor, in Zena's beautiful Morky honor, will you please go to Taco John's? And Zena would like you to get a large potato Lays, a side of guac, and a side of sour cream, and you can enjoy them in her honor. Because that is Zena's favorite thing from Taco John's. Half of a potato Lay, dipped in guac and dipped in sour cream. So good. Okay, so I really don't know. I'm pretty impatient if you've watched any of our other videos. I don't really want to wait for these to cool completely. I mean, they're going to be in the fridge overnight, so I think we're good to go. So, just to save myself from doing a lot more dishes, I think I'm going to keep them on like the pans that they're on. And See, look at how thick this caramel already is after being mixed with that frosting and in the fridge for like, I don't know, 20 minutes. So overnight, that caramel is gonna get hard enough. So like I said, if you wanted to make these less sweet, that's what I was gonna do, was add a block of cream cheese to this frosting caramel mixture, but I forgot to get it. So I thought that I was gonna need that extra stiffness in the fridge overnight, but I think it will be good. So the other cake is on the cutting board. So right now I'm just dumping the rest of this frosting back onto the pan just so it doesn't ooze everywhere. What's your favorite thing on the Taco John's breakfast menu? Because that's literally like the only time that we go there. Yeah, oh my gosh, what are they even called? The breakfast Olays covered in like all sorts of deliciousness. It's basically like a loaded Olay. Now, I feel like, are you supposed to do this with your hands? It has been so long since I have made a cake ball or a cake pop. I'm just concerned that does not look like enough frosting. So like I said, everything that I looked at online said like 1 can of frosting for 1 cake mix. And I'm just going to tell you right now, I do not think that my mixture has enough frosting goopy caramelness. See, it like totally, it looks like the cake totally soaked it up. Shoot, I don't know what to do. I guess me and Xena, I just don't know if that's going to set up. Because that's why I did the caramel instead of 2 containers of frosting, because they were like the same size. But this does not look moist like a cake ball should. I mean, it's moist, but it's like super crumbly. I need this to be thick enough that when it sits in the fridge overnight, it solidifies into like a sliceable bar. Because if you eat cake pops, they're not hard, but they get nice and firm. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that needs more. Tastes amazing. But I feel like I need to add this too. So, what we're going to have to do is go back to the store. I don't know if I'll do the same combination for the pineapple, or if I'll do a different combination for the pineapple, since now we have kind of the opportunity to have 2 totally different flavors going on. I'm just surprised. I really thought that that was going to... Who knows? Maybe I'm weird, and a normal person would say that that mixture is thick and moistened enough for a typical cake ball. But I mean, a cake ball should be like dreamy. I used to have this girl. I don't know if I'm allowed to say her name. Her first name was Erin, but she would make cake balls, and she would like, you could buy them from her for your birthday and stuff. I don't think I ever did, but growing up through like school, she would make cake. Do you call them cake balls or cake pops? I don't know. Have you heard? No. Is it good? They have the best steak. Ooh, dude, I love steak. Okay, this looks like more of kind of the... I don't know. Oh my gosh. I probably just ruined it. Now it's like really... So this will really like stiffen up. So what I think I'm going to do is obviously this is going to start stiffening while me and Xena go back to the store to get stuff to do the other cake. So I might make this like a layered action. Maybe spread this onto this cookie sheet as thin as I can get it. And then come back, and if it's already getting hard, then we can mix up the second one and just like layer the pineapple carrot cake on top. I do have to say, the pineapple cake mix tastes more like a typical carrot cake I would make. This tastes more like a spice cake with like a little bit of caramel, or I mean with like a little bit of carrot action. I have Safeway and Albertsons. So Safeway, Albertsons company owns like a bajillion of them. We have Albertsons, Safeways, and now, totally mad about it, don't even get me started, Fry's, which is owned by Kroger, is trying to buy Safeway, which I think is going to be a total disaster, and I do not like Fry's. But so we have Fry's, Albertsons, and Safeways, and Sprouts Farmers Markets, and Walmarts, and Targets, obviously, and Basha's, and I mean, we've got tons of grocery stores. I mean, they're literally everywhere. We have like 5 grocery stores within like 10 minutes of my house. Signature Select, I like the store brands normally. Okay, so let's... You guys, that's so good. Oh my gosh, that's like intense. You get the carrot cake, you really get the cinnamon and the caramel. I think that is really good. It might not look good, but I think it's pretty tasty. So now what I'm going to try to do, since I used all of our thick, I don't know what you call that, thickening mixture, is I think I'll just try to spread this out. And the other thing is, since I'm totally making this up, I actually have no idea if this is going to harden. It might not harden at all. So if by the time we get back from the store, it doesn't appear to have really done anything in the hardening department, then I might mix something else into it. I haven't decided yet. But I already know, once we go back, since I gotta go back anyways, for the pineapple, since I'm going to be doing this kind of like a layered situation now, for the pineapple layer, I am definitely getting a brick of cream cheese to mix into it, just because I don't want it to be like the sweetest thing that our guests and Mr. Cameraman have ever eaten in their lives. Chef or Chef Morito? That sounds good. Oh, I gotta make that sometime. You get that fajita stuff at Safeway or at Albertsons. Here in Arizona, I'm in Surprise, Arizona. They're the same exact store, the same exact products, just the floor plan is flipped over and it's a different logo on the outside of the store. But it's the same app. You can shop at Albertsons with the Safeway app login, and it works. Vice versa, you can download the Albertsons app and shop with it at Safeway. They're exactly the same. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Pib Extra, for hanging out with us today. I think we are about to end this live. We will be doing another live in the morning. Mr. Cameraman's birthday, Halloween. He's a Halloween baby. We're going to be making a super delicious. There's not a chance he's going to watch this. If he does watch it, he's not watching this far end. So we're making a Cane's breakfast pizza. So me and Zena just got a 32-ounce container of cane sauce. You guys will not even believe this. So we got a 32-ounce cup of cane sauce. Plus we got chicken fingers and fries to make an epic breakfast pizza in the morning. But so we'll be living during that. But right now, what I'm going to do is put this into the fridge to start hopefully, I can't believe it filled up the whole thing, to start hopefully firming up. Me and Zena are going to run to the store, get some more ingredients to mix up with the cranberry carrot cake mixture. And yeah, thank you very, 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 very much for all the comments and talking to us and watching this video. And get out and enjoy what God has given us, and get out and enjoy nature and food as much as we do. Have a great day, Mr. Pip Extra. Thanks for watching. Make sure, if you want to watch more, subscribe. And honestly, I don't know if I would hit the bell because we upload like tons of videos. We have been petering back on that just because I have a new job. But if you want to watch our lives, I love being able to just like talk to somebody the whole time. It's just kind of fun. So have a great day.